Hi, it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today to talk about my January projects. This is actually my first video that I'm filming in the new year, and I'm all excited and all ready to get started on several different things. I'll share those projects with you, what I'm thinking about, and a few other things along the way, and let's just get started. Okay, so we are actually filming this pretty early in January, so I haven't quite finished up everything that I feel like I talked about in December, but I have made some good progress that I'm really happy about, and so today is as good as any to let you know about my January goals. I also want to mention that we are getting ready to do a little bit of carpentry in here, and I'm going to be cleaning out my sewing room closet. We were not going to have anything done in there, and the last minute decided to get some new shelves built in there. And so I might find, who knows what I'm going to find in there. So there might be some surprises in February that I bring out and show you. We will see. January, I just feel like, is a time to work on works in progress and use scraps if possible. And so I have been trying to do that. So first things first, I am still going to do this. I told you in December that I would make a double wedding ring block and have that for you sometime in January, and I'm still going to do it. I just haven't done it yet. Like I said, it's the first week of the month, so I've got 3 weeks left, but just wanted to mention this because I'm still planning on doing this. And I know a few of you have emailed me about wanting to sew along. So I feel like we'll talk about this more in the February video, but just wanted to share that. Also wanted to share the Quilting Life block of the month. If you haven't caught that yet, this is the January block in my Seashore Dry fabrics. And this is a 12-inch finished block. You can make it in 2 sizes. This is my 6-inch finished block, and it is in Minnick & Simpson fabrics. So these are free patterns that you can get every month on my blog, and we film a video here for YouTube to show you kind of the tips and tricks for making the blocks. And if you haven't yet watched it also, each block will be bordered by a churn dash border. So there will be different centers, but every block will have this churn dash center. So if you love churn dash blocks, this is really going to be a fun quilt for you. Also just wanted to mention my Quilting Life planner. We've started the videos already, and I'm working on getting my pages filled out so that I can actually show you some pictures of them when we do our next video for the first Monday in February. Also, if you have any questions, please send those over, as I'm going to do a Q&A section in each of the monthly videos from here on out with questions and answers from you. And I've already had a couple, and they were just such good questions. I'm looking forward to being able to answer those. Oh, and this is the block of the month pattern that you can download from my blog for the 2022. This is the January block. Okay, one more little thing here that I found out about after the December video, but I am going to do this. This is called Brick House. It's a 2022 scrap quilt that Kimberly Jolly is doing from Fat Quarter Shop. She's using fabrics. Every time she makes a project, she's going to make a little house with the leftovers. And so I thought that would be super fun to do as well. Even if some of the fabrics don't seem to go together, I feel like I'll be able to put them together in the quilt in a fun way. So I'm going to do that as well. Every time I do a project, I'm going to make one of these little brick house quilt blocks, and I will put a link. This is a free pattern also from Fat Quarter Shop, so I'll put a link to this as well. Okay, as I got finished putting away my Christmas decor, everything, it's so fun. It's fresh and bright, and you can just kind of start all over with your decor. But in January, I always kind of go with blues, navies, and grays. And I have a throw quilt and a table runner that I made last year with Farmhouse Gatherings. And so I realized, hey, I would like actually another couple of table runners. I know you probably are like, this lady is table runner crazy, because I just made all of those Christmas table runners, and I made several last January, and then I made some fall. But yes, I need a few more in these darker colors that I'm kind of using throughout my home right now. So I pulled out my Farmhouse Gathering scrap bin. When I have a good amount of fabrics left in a collection, I will give it its own bin for a while. And I even labeled it, and it was super easy to find. So I think I'm going to do some of those, at least one mini brick road runner with this fabric. I also have, this is Farmhouse Gatherings, but she just came out recently with Farmhouse Gatherings 2. So, and I have a bundle of this collection that I think I want to do a bed quilt with. I also have a couple of mini charms of the Urban Farmhouse Gatherings. And so what I think I will do is use at least one of these in my table runner with the first collection to make sure I'm sure they're gonna go together really well. And then I believe I'll be able to kind of throw some of these scraps in with the bed quilt that I'm gonna make with this collection. So that's just something, the table runner is gonna happen right away. You'll probably see it on my blog and my Instagram before you see it in the February projects video, but that's just something I want to do right away. Okay, something that I did show you in December that I did get finished, I'm super excited about. You've seen my bouquet mini or wall hanging quilt that I did with our Seashore Dry fabrics. When I got this done, I had it quilted. Val Krieger did the quilting, and I got it bound, and I got the pattern ready. And so the pattern has been out since I did this, but the pattern actually comes with 2 quilts, a lap size quilt as well. And that was my biggest goal over the Christmas holiday, was to get the lap size finished up. And I had so much fun in the evenings hand piecing these hexagons. Just most of them were honestly hand pieced while watching Christmas movies. So even though they're very springy, I loved making this quilt. I'll pop up a picture of it. I took a couple pictures of it yesterday when I got it, the border put on, and I'll pop up a couple pictures. But I just had so much fun. I used lots of our different collections. Everything in this quilt is from a Sherri and Chelsea collection. I used several different kind of low volume backgrounds. There's even just a tone-on-tone background on some of the blocks. I used the tone-on-tone dots from Happy Days for my sashing. I used the blue gingham from Seashore Drive for the posts. This green that I used in all the corners is actually from Summer Sweet. And I was super excited that I had enough of that in order to make it. Inner border and outer border are both from Seashore Drive, and the binding is yet to be determined. I have about 3 different ideas that I'm thinking of for binding. So a lot of times I'll go ahead and make my binding before I even take the quilt to the quilter so that it's ready to, be bound the second I get it home. But this time I feel like I want to wait until she quilts it. And I am actually taking this to her tomorrow. So super excited to see this finished, because it's got so many of our fabrics that I love, and just will be showing this to you quilted and bound as soon as possible, and for sure in the February projects video. But as I mentioned, the pattern is called Bouquet, and the mini quilt and the lap size quilt are both included in the pattern, and it's available now. And so that is about it for now. I feel like I will probably be posting really early in February with maybe some things that I hadn't even thought of yet when I really get that closet cleaned out. But I'm excited to start all these projects and get going on them. And I hope that you are having an enjoyable time going through your works in progress and your scraps, and just kind of deciding what you want to work on first. It's a new year, and it's so fun to pick out new projects, even if there are projects that are new just because they've been sitting for a little while. Okay, that's it for the January projects. I will have everything linked in the description below and on the blog post. And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop a comment in the video or on the blog post page. If you enjoyed today's video, please share it with a friend, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and hit the like button. Thanks so much for stopping by.